Because you really need to watch this story. We have certain stories about our patients that people love. Everybody loves Henry. And Henry's story kind of defines who the Illinois Back Institute is. And what does that mean? It means that he has a story about his back trouble and the typical treatment that people would go through. Well, he went through this process. And it kind of defines what we do and how it's different. And we talked about our amazing discovery. And I think that Henry's story is the story of the amazing discovery. So Henry had back pain. He had sciatica. He was 93 years old. Again, back pain and sciatica, and he'd been suffering for 2 years. But he kind of had back pain off and on, but really over a 2-year period, his back pain really got bad. And an average day was an 8. And there were days that his pain was a 9, and there were days that his pain was a 10. And he had tried conventional therapy. All the things that you would do if you have back trouble. He had tried chiropractic. Didn't get any better. Had tried physical therapy. Didn't get any better. Had injections. A little better, and then the pain came back, which is kind of how this works with injections. He took the narcotics. Didn't like them. He said they made him feel really dizzy and nauseous, so he stopped taking those right away. He had tried acupuncture. Didn't really help. He had tried massage therapy. Again, these options were not very effective for him. So these all didn't work. And his pain was no better. And eventually he went to see a surgeon. So he went through all the steps that were considered the normal steps. Chiropractic, physical therapy, all the things, injections, and got to the point where he was in the office of a surgeon. Herniated discs, stenosis, all the things you have when you have sciatica, and he's 93 years old. Surgeon said, you might benefit from the surgery, but there's a good chance you might die, so we're not going to do it. And you're going to be hard-pressed to find any surgeon to do the surgery on you. It's not a good idea. So they said, you need to really go home and just sort of live the rest of your life. So he went home, and all these therapies didn't work, and his pain was still an 8. And a lot of days it was a 9 and a 10, and it was very difficult for him to get out of bed. It was very difficult for him to get out of bed, to get up and eat, and get up and go to the bathroom. And what he found was the only therapy that made him feel any better, or took the edge off the pain. Your back pain's a 10, it's hard to live, and he was able to take Advil, and his pain had come down to an 8, and then maybe a 7. And he could do a little bit. He could get up. He could go, sit down at the dinner table and have dinner with his wife, or he could go use the restroom, but he didn't leave the house much because there was too much pain. Couldn't take any of the other pain medicines, so he found that if he took the Advil, that it took the edge off. But instead of taking the recommended amount, he would take a handful of Advil. He would take a handful of Advil because that, again, would take the edge off his pain from a 10 to an 8, maybe to a 7, so he could do a little bit. And as he was doing this, he was starting to get more stomach pain. He wasn't feeling very good. And one day, he told his wife, it was 4 in the afternoon, he told his wife, I'm not feeling very good. I'm going to bed. Don't wake me up. And she was making dinner, and she went in to see how he was doing, and when she went into the room, 7 o'clock at night, he was hemorrhaging blood. So she called 911. They rushed him to the hospital. He's hemorrhaging blood. And when he got to the hospital, he had lost so much blood that the doctor said, he might not make it. You better call a priest. Priest gets there, Henry lives. And Henry had survived a near-death experience. And one of the things that we don't know or we don't talk about because it's so very prevalent, we talk about the effect that all the opioids have, the narcotics. You know, there's 15 to 20,000 people die every year from the narcotics, the opioids. Highly addictive. You get addictive, it can be a serious, serious problem. This can lead to death right here. Okay, but what we don't think about sometimes is the use of Advil and the fact that Advil causes people to die from bleeding of their intestine. We don't talk about this. 240 million people are currently taking over-the-counter anti-inflammatories. Advil's a big one. Ibuprofen, I don't want to call it Advil, but ibuprofen is the active ingredient. It's an anti-inflammatory, decreases inflammation. When you have chronic back pain, it's an inflammatory process. Sometimes the anti-inflammatory takes the edge off. 27% of these people who take this 240 million take it for back pain. Now, what does it do? It causes stomach bleeding, causes ulcers, causes kidney failure, and causes death. Now, I went online to research how many people die from anti-inflammatories. There was two numbers. The first number said 3,000 people die every year, and the second number said 15,000 people die every year. And the math is a little funny on that, but it's probably closer to 3,000. But even then, 3,000 people die every single year in the United States as a result of anti-inflammatories. So it is a serious problem. So Henry had survived this near-death experience, and he went back home, and he still had back pain between 8 and 10 every single day, which he had for over 2 years. And he was lying in bed, and he saw one of our TV shows on Fox. We have a TV show on Fox, and he saw that TV show, and he says, you know what, I've got nothing to lose. I'm laying in bed, can't do anything, so he came in to see us. When Henry came in to see us, this is Henry's video. We're going to put a link. We're not going to play the video now, but we're going to put a link, and you have to watch the video because it's absolutely awesome. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome human being. So he came in, diagnosed him with a herniated disc, bulging disc, degenerated disc, stenosis. 4 of the 5 reasons you have sciatica. Sciatica is a pinching of the nerve. As the nerve exits through the opening, whoops. Sorry. This was the end of that nerve. The nerve gets pinched as the nerve goes through the opening here, and very often it's pinched by the nerve. The herniated, the bulging, or the degenerated, by the disc. Pinched by the disc. Now, he had 4 of the 5. He had a serious, serious, serious back problem. Okay? Herniated disc, pinching the nerve as it comes out right through here, just like that. Same thing, bulging disc, compromising the space where the nerve comes out, the foramen. Same thing, degenerated disc, vertebrae get closer together, also causing stenosis. So he had all those issues. He came in to see us. His back pain and his sciatica was a 9 and a 10 on average. Okay, had been for 2 years. He'd tried everything. Okay, near-death experience with anti-inflammatories, couldn't take any medicine, period. None. His Oswestry Disability Index was 78. The Oswestry Disability Index is it's a disability questionnaire that is reflective to how the pain affects your life. Okay? It's scored from 0 to 100. 0 is I got no pain, I'm able to do everything I want without any problems at all. 100 is about as bad as you can get. It's scaled from 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60. Anything 80 and above, they say you're pretty much bedridden, so he was just about an 80. That's as severe as it can get. It doesn't get any worse than that. And I had been for 2 years. He went through our program. Okay, our program is specifically designed to take pressure off the disc and get healing of the disc. He had tried all the other therapies and had overdosed on anti-inflammatories before he came to see us. So he died. The only thing he hadn't done is surgery, and that would have probably killed him. So he came in to see us. We do functional decompression of the disc, and we do exercises, and we get healing in the disc. After he went through our program, okay, he had 42 treatments, 3 times a week for 3.5 months. At the end of it, his back pain was a 1 out of 10. His sciatica was a 1. He started, it was a 9. Okay, at the end it was a 1. His Oswestry Disability Index had gone from a 78 down to an 18. Had improved by 60 points. Anything below 20 and you were completely, totally functional. He was able to walk 2 miles a day. He got his driver's license back because he couldn't drive. And he was able to golf. And he was able to do the things he loved to do after a near-death experience. That's what our treatment does. That's the research that was published. It wasn't just about Henry. It was about our patients and what the effect it has on their disc and that direct effect it has on their lifestyle. We're able to restore function and stability to your disc. Your pain goes away. It's not a miracle. It takes some time, but it's very, very, very effective. And it's 10 times more effective than anything else because it directly affects the disc. That's the breakthrough. That's the breakthrough. Oh, here's the questionnaires. So here's the categories. Minimal, moderate, severe, crippling, and bedbound. So he was, he was really closer to bedbound when he was crippling, but he was in severe. This is bad shape. Bad shape. Typical patient in this category right here, they're in the office of the surgeon. 46. If your Oswestry Disability Index is a 46, very often you're in the office of a surgeon. Our average Oswestry of our patients is a 48. Okay, we have the ability to solve problems when nobody else can because we affect the disc. This is what it looks like. This is a herniated disc. This is not Henry's herniated disc. I'll have to find it. This is another herniated disc, but this is what it looks like. Go through the program, halfway through it, did an MRI at the end, did another MRI, herniated disc, completely gone. That's what it looks like. We're able to get you from pain and suffering to being able to do what you want to do. Live the life of your dreams. Pick up your kids, go on vacations, dance, golf, swim, run. Those are the things people want to do. So, if you have back pain and you're suffering and you've tried everything, come see us. You can go to our Facebook page. You can schedule an appointment there. You can call us. There's a phone number. I don't think I have the phone number here, but we'll have it on the link, right? Yeah. And then you can like us on, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of videos. We have a lot of videos on Facebook and a lot of videos on YouTube. So go there. But that's the story of Henry. That's the breakthrough. That's what happens. That's it. So watch his, we'll put the link, so watch the video of Henry. And you may even get a tear in your eye, because I think I do sometimes.